All right, in the last video, I talked about the tapping protocol, which is basically tap points, 4 points between the eyes, side of the eye, below the eye on the cheekbone, and your collarbone. Those are the 4 points. You're gonna hit them 6, 8, 10 times each. You're going to do it hard enough that you can feel it, not so hard that you're hurting yourself. And on the end of that protocol, the way it was taught to me, is what's known as an anchor. An anchor is an association between words, feelings, touch, visual, something you're visualizing. It's an association between one thing and a state. And the trigger, which in this case the trigger is a kinesthetic anchor, which means a touch anchor. The anchor that I'm working with is put your thumb between, right on your wrist, and then wrap your hand around the wrist. Take a deep breath and say peace. And just sit in the still point after the fact. Now, in order to set the anchor, to set up the anchor, what you're going to do is you're going to think about some place, person, or thing that makes you feel very comfortable. You might think of your perfect place of peace. Now that could be a beach, that could be under a hammock, under a shade tree, that could be in your bed, in the confines of your bedroom, wherever you feel peaceful and at ease. It could be a place you went on vacation. It could be an imaginary place that you just imagine would be so perfect on the beaches of Waikiki. It could be anything that you can imagine. And just go there now. Close your eyes, go there now, and think about that place. And as you do, and you feel the feelings start to well up inside of you and get stronger and stronger, at that point, set your thumb on the inside of your wrist, wrap your hand gently around your wrist, and take a deep breath in and really feel into the experience. Be in that place now. See everything you might be seeing if you were there right now. The sounds you might be hearing, maybe an aroma that you might be smelling, or a taste you get in your mouth. And just feel into the feelings of peace. And then go ahead and release, and we'll talk about something else, and then we're going to do it again. Go back to that place. As you start to feel the feelings build, set your anchor, allow it to grow and get stronger and stronger and intensify. The more you think about it, the more you're there, the stronger it's going to get. Build it up. Take a deep breath, say the word peace, and just settle into the stillness after the breath. Okay, so if you do that 2 or 3 times, it will establish an anchor. And if you do it enough times, when you actually do the physical touch, you will notice peace, that you're naturally going to feel less anxious. And so that's used at the end of the tapping protocol. So to do it all in one continuous loop, think about something that makes you nervous. Scale of 0 to 10, how nervous am I? Try to get it up to an 8 or above, and then begin the process. Just let it go. You can just let that thought go now. There's no reason to hold on to that thought any longer. That thought's not helping you. It's not making you feel any better. It's time to just let go. Peace. Now, if you followed along with what I just did, and if you didn't, rewind the video and do it again. If you follow along with what I just did and go back to that thing, that experience that made you feel anxious, check in again. Where are you now on a scale of 0 to 10? And it's a pretty certain bet that you're going to be lower than when you started the process. And you might go from an 8 to a 7 or a 6 or a 5. You might want a little bit more. And so do it again. Just repeat the cycle. Just let it go now. Time to let it go. No use holding on to it. not useful to hold on to it. So just let it go now. Peace. And again, check in, see where you're at. If you work with this and you play with this, I guarantee it's going to work. It works. And check me out more on social media, my website, equestrianhypnocoach.com, or pick up a copy of my book, Get Back on That Horse.